So today's video is a little bit different for me. I'm going to review some content that I received back from a company called Request Writer. Now, I don't usually review content writing services because there's a lot of them out there. And in previous years, I've always used one or two that I've kind of stuck with. But over the years, I've managed to build up a team of writers, so I don't actually outsource a lot of content myself. However, I thought you guys may still require somewhere where you could purchase content, which is good quality content written by human beings and not AI generated content. So also, it's a friend of mine who owns the company called Kevin. He's a fellow YouTuber and blogger. You can go find him. I'll leave a link down in the description to his YouTube channel. He does some really good kind of hands-on videos where he will optimize content, he will run it through tools, and he'll see if he can improve it, and he does it live kind of in front of you. And you can see every step of the way how he optimizes his content for his own portfolio of websites. So Kevin reached out to me and said, "Hey Carl, I've started up this new company called Request Writer, and I was wondering if you'd like to share it with your audience." And I said, "Yeah, fine, let's go ahead. Give me a information post and give me a product post, and we'll see what content you can come up with." Now, these two pieces of content have been edited and uploaded to my public case website, which is Gardenia Organic. So you can go check them out, and I will leave a link in the description to both of them. But I thought in this video we'll have a look at the raw content we received back from him, i.e. the two articles that I received back from him in the Word document format. And then we'll also jump on the website and we'll have a quick scan through it after my editor has taken a look at it, formatted it, add images, links, etc. And we'll see how it looks on a live website. So to give you an idea and total transparency, these two articles were donated to me for free for doing this review on YouTube. However, I've not been paid or there's no endorsements or anything like that. I'm just testing this service out for a friend to relay it back to you. So to give you a cost of these articles, I've got the notes here. I received two articles back. One was an information post which had 1,040 words, which would have cost me around $25, and the other one was 1,600 words and would have cost me around $45. That was the product review type post. Kind of a best X for Y type post. So it worked out around $14 for 500 words. Now, Kevin also offers another service which is using the Surfer SEO tool, where he will go in and he will fully optimize your content for Surfer. So if you really believe that a tool like that can help you rank better, he can run that content after it's been written through that tool and really optimize it for the keywords you're targeting. Now that will be an extra cost as well. Again, I'll leave a link to the website. You can check out his service, and I'll give you total transparency on what I feel about the content and any issues which we found. And I did spot one thing, but I don't think it's a major problem. But let's have a look. Let's jump on the website now and we'll go through all the content he sent me.
Well, let's quickly take a look at Kevin's website. You see here Request Writer, and you can see it's a very simple website. Now, Kevin did admit there's a lot of work still to be done on the website, but the actual service itself is working fine. And he did say that most of the articles are delivered within 2 or 3 days. So you can see here the services that he offers, which is here the Evergreen blog content, 500 words for $14. This is the service that he sent me. You can also see the Surfer SEO blog content, again, where they will optimize the content using that Surfer SEO tool. And then you can also spend an hour with Kevin online. He'll give you some advice and some one-to-one tuition around content and website, etc. So yeah, you could look at any 3 of those services. Like I said, the website is very basic, and a lot of these functionalities down the side here I didn't really find did anything. And Kevin knows that, like he says, but he's just really focusing on getting some good quality content. And you can see here he's got some 5-star reviews. He's had 15 people test the service here, and most of them are giving him a really good review. So it looks pretty good. Like I say, don't judge him on the quality of the website. Judge him on the content you receive back from him. So this is the first article I received. I received this back in a Word document format. You can see here, this was 1,040 words answering the question, how to get rid of mites in potted plants. So we can see here we've got the H1 heading and then we've got a short intro, which is fine. Let's just have a look at this intro. Let's see how enticing it is. If you've been having problems with soil mites in your potted plant, you're not alone. They are a common pest that can be difficult to get rid of. And while they may not be harmful to your plants, you may still feel that you need to get rid of them. Then he does a targeted snippet. So this is the answer. So how to get rid of soil mites in potted plants. The best way to get rid of soil mites is to repot your plants. This will provide them with fresh, clean soil that is free from mites. You can also remove old dirt and debris from the pot before adding new soil. So yeah, I think it answers the question. I do think it could be slightly better reworded, but it could possibly with a snippet. And it does give the user, the reader, an insight straight away as to how they can get rid of these mites, which is basically just repot it, change the soil, freshen the compost and the potting material that you're using, and it'll eradicate a lot of the mites that's on there. Then he goes on to say 5 effective ways to get rid of soil mites. And again, number 1, repot your plant. Number 2, get rid of the top layer of soil where the mites live. Use diluted hydrogen peroxide, so we're looking at some chemical methods for eradicating them. And again, number 5, use an insecticide. So there's 5 effective ways to get rid of them. Do I have to get rid of them? And we answer that. And then he goes on to do an FAQ, and we've got 5, it looks like, FAQs there. And then finishes with a good short final thoughts. So in general, as an information post, 1,000 words, I think it pretty much covers most of the information I would need to see about this. If it was any longer, we might start branching away from the actual main targeted keyword, which is how to get rid of soil mites. Not why am I getting soil mites, what are soil mites, where do soil mites live. This is how to get rid of them. So I do think it targets that because we've got 5 effective ways here. And then a few FAQs which are still related to soil mites, but they don't distract you from the main body of the article, which is answering this question at the top. So all in all, yeah, it's a pretty good review. I would be happy with that. And like I say, this was 1,000 words, so you're looking at around $28 for this article. I would be pretty happy with that. So let's have a look at the product review. So this product review was about lining planters, so the linings you put inside of plant pots and outdoor containers. And again, we have our H1 heading, and then here, looking to add a splash of colour to your patio this spring, why not try lining your planters with some vibrant fabrics? In this blog post, we'll discuss 8 types of fabrics that are perfect for lining planters. We will also provide tips on how to choose the right type of fabric for your needs, so read on to learn more. I like that, that's fine, that intro is absolutely fine. They're going to tell me the different colours and the different types of fabrics that I can use in my planters. Perfect. Then we go straight into some information, how to choose the best liners. And it tells you should consider the type of plants you're going to use them for, the climate where it's going to be, the durability of the fabric. So I like that. We give them a little bit of information before we go on to the actual best liners. Now here we go to 8 different types of liners, and you can see here plastic pots, coconut fabric, plastic sheeting, and again it's laid out in a very simple fashion like a generic product review. Now I don't do a lot of product reviews like this. I ordered this one specifically because I know a lot of people still do this type of product review. I tend to do more of either this one versus that one type of product review, or I do a single product where I buy the product and I take original images and I film it and I do the pros and cons for it, etc. But I don't tend to do a lot of 7 best plant liners for potted plants. I don't tend to do these anymore. However, I do know a lot of you like them, hence the reason that I asked him to do one so we could see what it would be like. And most of you can recognize this kind of content as a product review. And then again, it goes into some more information. Why should I line my planters? And again, we have an FAQ, which if you're using Gutenberg or Rank Math, you could insert the FAQ schema markup on here. And you could also rank this for other keywords, which are situated inside this FAQ. And again, we end with a final thoughts. So this one came out at 1,614 words, and again would have cost around $45 for this. So let's jump on the website. Let's have a look how these look once they are formatted, edited, and published live on a website. Case study, this is Gardenia Organic, and if we scroll down, you can see there are the 2 articles that we've published. So this has been edited and formatted by my VA. I've actually just only really seen this morning. Both Request Writer and my editor have done a good job between them, and it looks like a really nice informational article. So again, started off with the H1 header. As we saw before, we've got the snippet, and then we've got an image of soil mites. And again, you can see my editor's just added some relevant photos, so repotting your plants. Now, again, I was talking about images. These was not supplied by Writer Request. These are added by ourselves. Now, over time, I'll swap this out. This has come from Canva. But over time, I would swap this out and I would simply get a picture of me repotting one of my plants in my garden, and I would replace that with an original image. But generally, the article looks pretty good. You can see we've added kind of a quotation point in there, which makes the article look more nicely formatted. Again, use of sprayers, and again, there's an image of a garden sprayer. I have loads of garden sprays, so it would take 2 seconds for me to grab one of my garden sprays and point it at a plant and take an original image. So I'll swap that out over time again. The use of insecticides, we can put a product in here. So we've managed to put an AAWP product in there. And again, how to get rid of soil mites, which we've said is by replacing the soil. So again, we've got the image in, another quotation mark. We've added a couple of links inside the article. Then we go on to our FAQs, which you can see are here, and finishing with a final thoughts. So I think that looks pretty good. Like I say, I'll let you be the judge. I'm pretty happy with this content, and I'll let you be the judge by going over and reading them. The link is in the description. Let's have a look at the product review. So this is the product review, liners for planters, 8 types, and their uses. Let's have a look. So again, we start straight away with some products, because obviously this is a buyer intent article, so we hit them straight away with some products. Then we've got a little bit of information, some nice images, and then we go into the selling, basically. Here's the 8 types of planters. So we start with plastic pots. We tell them the pros and cons. You can see here, pros, they're convenient. However, cons, not great for the environment. We have our Amazon link. Coconut fibre, again some pros and cons, a very generic blog post, which a lot of the hard work has been done by my editor to add all these pros and cons, but the actual words were there from Request Writer, so we didn't have to do that. All we've got to do is format it. And if we carry on, we'll get down to our information. Here we go. And again, an FAQ and a short final thoughts. So again, guys, like I said, I will leave you to decide what you think about the content. I did say at the start of this I would be totally 100% honest with my reviews, and we run all our content through Copyscape. We have a premium search account on Copyscape, and my editor runs everything through there. Now, the information content, how to get rid of soil mites, flagged up for a very, very small percent of copy, i.e. plagiarism. That means there are a sentence or some paragraphs or anything like that that looks like it could have been taken from another website. However, when we looked into it, it was literally, you can see there, I've highlighted, there was one sentence in there that could have been written genuinely by somebody, and it's the same sentence is out there on the internet. So it flashed up as an issue, but when we looked into it, I really didn't see it as a problem. We traced that sentence back to what websites had used it, and the rest of the content was totally different. So it does look like this piece of content was very, very unique. Like I say, with just a one sentence that randomly popped up that somebody else had used. So I'm happy to publish this on my website. I don't think it is plagiarism content. It's definitely 100% not AI content. It reads very well. And the other article, which was the product guide, the product review, the plant liner one, was 100% clean through Copyscape. So both myself and my editor were happy to publish this. They are now live on my website. Now, I wouldn't risk putting anything on my website that was plagiarism or copyrighted or anything like that, so I'm happy to put them on my website. So thank you to Kevin for sending me these through. I hope you like this quick review of Request Writer. If you are interested, I do have a 10% off code which you can use. It's available for your first purchase. So when you open an account and you place your first order, if you use the word Carl, you will get 10% off your first order. So thanks for watching. Hope you found that helpful. Like I say, all the links are in the description, and I'll see you in the next video.